What if I told you that the middle class, once considered the backbone of modern economies, is quietly dissolving before our very eyes, not just because of inflation or rising prices, but due to a silent shift in how wealth, power, and opportunities are being redistributed in ways most people never notice? The shrinking of the middle class is not simply about people earning less. It is about how the very definition of middle class has been redesigned by forces that work behind the curtain. Corporations automating jobs once filled by stable employees, technology platforms replacing traditional business models, and governments quietly adjusting tax structures that often favor the wealthy while leaving everyday families carrying heavier burdens. Decades ago, a middle-class lifestyle meant a single income could buy a home, support a family, and provide education and retirement security. But today, even dual-income households struggle to keep up with basic costs, while debt becomes a disguised survival tool rather than a path to opportunity. The dangerous part is not only that the gap between rich and poor is widening, it's that the middle ground is disappearing, forcing people to slide down into financial vulnerability while the upper few climb higher, creating a barbell-shaped economy with weight only at the extremes. Globalization once promised that open trade would raise all boats, yet the reality is that production has shifted overseas, wages stagnated at home, and middle-class workers compete not just with local peers, but with global labor forces and machines that never tire, never ask for raises, and never retire. Even industries that were historically safe, like healthcare, teaching, or government jobs, now face budget cuts, unstable contracts, and rising costs that eat into the very security they were supposed to guarantee. This isn't just about money, it's about identity, dignity, and the sense of stability that middle-class families once built their lives upon. When that foundation cracks, it ripples across communities, creating stress, declining trust, and even political instability as people feel abandoned by a system that no longer serves them. And here's the most unsettling part. The middle class is not vanishing in one dramatic collapse, but eroding year by year, paycheck by paycheck, decision by decision, until one day, it no longer exists as we know it. Only fragments of what once was the great stabilizer of nations. The real question now is not whether the middle class is shrinking, but whether future generations will even remember what it felt like to live in it.